James Robinson. And recently, 6'2" backup point guard Ramil Robinson completed this novel trio of Blazers. For the Jamaican-born Ramil, his basketball journey has been quite an adventure. After settling at age 7 in Cambridge, Massachusetts, Ramil made his mark at Ringe and Latin High School. Then a standout collegiate career at Michigan was highlighted by the 1989 National Championship his junior season. What's more, after a highly controversial foul call at the end of overtime, Ramil calmly made the decisive free throws to secure the NCAA title for the Wolverines and stunned Seton Hall and their head coach, guess who? P.J. Carlesimo.
It's a very small world, you know. When I found out that I was going to make the decision to come here, you know, it's still in the back of my mind if PJ ever going to ask me about it if I got fouled, but he hasn't said anything yet, so, you know, it's interesting that he hasn't.
Selected 10th overall in the 1990 NBA draft, Ramil logged 2 seasons in Atlanta. After being dealt to New Jersey for Mookie Blaylock and Roy Hinson, Ramil spent little more than a season with the Nets, capping this stint with Player of the Week honors while starting in place of the injured Kenny Anderson. Another trade followed, this time to Charlotte for Johnny Newman. Suddenly, Ramil found himself struggling to secure his place in the league.
I think I was real young at that time, wasn't really patient with probably the organization. Being at a young age, you want to get out and you want to perform and you want to rush into that star status.
What followed were 3 stops in the CBA in little more than a year. While averaging more than 22 points per game in Connecticut this season, Ramil got his big break. Blazer management was in the market for a replacement for injured rookie guard Randolph Childress.
Ramil, we thought, was the best point guard available. He's able to do some things defensively. He pushes the ball. He can shoot. He can score. I think the CBA experience that Ramil had made him more of a point guard than when he first came out of college.
After seeing limited action in his first 20 games as a Trailblazer, Ramil was suddenly and unexpectedly thrust into the spotlight. With Rod Strickland's walkout and subsequent suspension, Ramil averaged more than 30 minutes a night as the Blazers' new starting point guard. Despite the awkward and difficult circumstances that would follow, Ramil arrived in Portland with a clear game plan.
I just wanted to get back to the league. You can learn a lot from Rod, or you can come to a situation and pout and, you know, be a negative person and get nothing done. You know, so, you know, one of the things I want to do is come here, learn as much as I can from the point guard position from Rod. And, you know, if I have the opportunity to play, then I take care of my business.
What's more, Ramil put his opportunity to good use, thrilling the man in charge.
It didn't look like he was really going to get a chance to play an awful lot, and yet he practiced hard, he worked hard, he was a good role player, and when he got a couple of little opportunities and played well. And then when the situation came up that he got a chance to start, he took advantage of that, and he's played very well. So it's nice to see somebody that kind of had to go back and start all over and really work for something and take advantage of it.
Ramil Robinson has reestablished himself as a solid NBA performer. But because of the winding path he has traveled, he knows there are no guarantees in this business.
I'm going to say I have to make it work. You know, I'm not going to try to put any pressure on myself. But on the same token, you know, every game I see it as my last chance because you don't know if you ever going to get up or play again. So I try to give it 110% while I'm there. If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, you know, you got to keep on going.
Ramil is one of the new era Blazers, and Buck Williams is a link to Portland's glory days of the early 90s. Rip City Magazine features the venerable veteran in its March issue. Email Rip City Magazine and television at ripcity@blazers.com. Surf the net and give us your feedback.
Watch your step, darling.
With Mike Rice.
This part of the Rip City Special will deal with trades. Trades in the NBA. trades that were made, trades that weren't made, trades that couldn't be made because of that dreaded salary cap, and trades that had a little aroma to them. What better place to discuss trades than the hottest new sports bar in Portland, the Front Row, here at the Rose Quarter. More trades will be made here in 1 week than all the general managers will make in 1 year in the NBA.
Hey, Mike. What? You're talking about trade? I have a real good trade for the Blazers.
Trades that should have been made to help teams that really need help, but were too shy to ask Wild Rice for his guidance. Derek Coleman of the 76ers for Lloyd Vaught of the Clips. The Clips are the very last team that will take a chance on Derek Coleman and have the gall to tell their fans he will save the franchise. John Lucas says the trade for Vaught will improve the chemistry for whomever will be the next coach of the 76ers. A trade that should have been made, Kendall Gill back to Seattle. Why should George Karl have it so easy up north? He needs more challenges in his life. Plus, Gill says the second time around he's always better, maybe except in Charlotte. Staying in the category of trades that could have been made without the dreaded salary cap, and this would have helped both Dallas and Portland. Jamal Mashburn, who hates Jimmy Jackson, his teammate, and a #1 draft pick for Cliff Robinson and Rod Strickland. Since Dallas #1 will be a lottery pick, it might be Allen Iverson. So it would be Iverson and Mashburn making the Blazers younger, for Cliff and Rod making the Mavs better. Trades that had a stink about them after they were made. Billy Owens got himself in the best shape of his career. He knew Pat Riley would want nothing less. What does Riley do? He trades Owens to the Sacramento Kings, whose fans hate Billy for not wanting to play for them when he was first drafted in 1991. Billy Owens' comments on Riley: "If he's my friend, I would not want to be his enemy." How about what Golden State Warriors did after they traded Tim Hardaway to Miami? To make sure everybody knew Hardaway was the bad guy and not Latrell Sprewell, Rick Adelman made Sprewell the team captain the next day. Sprewell's comments: "Now that I'm captain, things should work out." Tell that to Ronnie Cycli. A trade that Don Nelson would have made if it weren't for that dreaded salary cap. Patrick Ewing, John Starks, and Derek Harper, all guys that love Pat Riley. They'll go to Miami for Alonzo Mourning, whom the Knicks are going to try to sign July 1st when he becomes a free agent anyway, and Tim Hardaway, who loves Nelly like a son. Well, you have to admit, that's an awful lot of trades for one segment.
Hey, Mike. Remember my Blazer trade?
Here it is. There's got to be one more. Tyus Edney and Mitch Richmond for Cliff and Rod. They get their wish to leave. Blazers get outside shooting. Bob Whitsitt, you're in for a long summer.
Even a die-hard Blazer fan would admit this season has been one of the most unusual in recent memory. But the great thing about the NBA is that even during the tough times, the action is nonstop, and the highlights memorable. with us here on the Blazers Television Network as Rip City Magazine's featured foe Eddie Jones and Magic Johnson lead the Los Angeles Lakers into battle with the Blazers. All the action is just around the corner, so don't go away. Plymouth by Henry Weinhard's, the West's first premium beer. By the Dairy Farmers of Oregon, who remind you to check your fridge. Got milk? By your Northwest Chrysler Plymouth dealers, home of the minivan store. And by Power Rents, when there's a job to be done.
Back to the playground. That's his sixth spot. Emil Robinson. Skip beautiful. Followed down by Buck Williams. Get the ball. Make the defense of San Antonio react to the early transition. Press. Strong to the rack. Foul on the play. Grant.
This has been a presentation of Blazer Broadcasting and Post Up Productions.
We started out
world that the fish go to grow.
Forum in Englewood, California. The Lakers have once again returned with some luster. They're talking about this team, and it's been a while since they've had that happen here. And, of course, a lot of it is due to the panache that Magic has brought back to this great city.
One of the things that Magic has brought back is the ability to win games going away. Before, they were struggling a year ago. They had a terrific record in close games. They weren't getting it done. Suddenly, he returns. Their point production is up. Their passing, their assists are all up. Teamwork, unselfish play really is the hallmark, and that is part of the Magic factor.
He has been something. In fact, Buck and Cliff had an opinion on the impact that Magic has made on the Lakers.
Well, I think his presence. I mean, you take a great basketball player like that, and I think what he does on the court becomes contagious. I mean, just from passing and his ability to look at the game and analyze it and be able to get the ball to the right people really makes you a much better basketball team. It's just intangible things that he does for that team. He makes those players around him that much more better.
I think they're playing with a higher level of confidence, and they're a better passing team now. I think those guys are really doing a good job at trying to find each other when someone's open. And I mean, when you're playing with one of the best players of all time. World.
Forum in Englewood, California. The Lakers have once again returned with some luster. They're talking about this team, and it's been a while since they've had that happen here. And, of course, a lot of it is due to the panache that Magic has brought back to this great city.
One of the things that Magic has brought back is the ability to win games going away. Before, they were struggling a year ago. They had a terrific record in close games. They weren't getting it done. Suddenly, he returns. Their point production is up. Their passing, their assists are all up. Teamwork, unselfish play really is the hallmark, and that is part of the Magic factor.
He has been something. In fact, Buck and Cliff had an opinion on the impact that Magic has made on the Lakers.
Well, I think his presence. I mean, you take a great basketball player like that, and I think what he does on the court becomes contagious. I mean, just from passing and his ability to look at the game and analyze it and be able to get the ball to the right people really makes you a much better basketball team. And just intangible things that he does for that team, he makes those players around him that much more better.
I think they're playing with a high level of confidence, and they're a better passing team now. I think those guys are really doing a good job at trying to find each other when someone's open. And I mean, when you're playing with one of the best players of all time, I mean, it's definitely going to boost your spirits a little bit out there.
He makes a difference, and they are now a very deep team.
Well, they're deep, and they're thinking that they're going to do something special in the playoffs this year, so we'll wait and see.
And the interest here, hotter than Wall Street's interest in the Dow Jones. That's the way they look at it here in La La Land. We'll be back with the beautiful people, the Blazers and the Magic, on its way on Blazer Network Television.
Tonight's pregame show has been brought to you by Georgia Pacific. We're making sure. The following is a presentation of Blazer Broadcasting and Post Up Productions.
Mention Magic in Los Angeles, and folks know you're not talking David Copperfield. In fact, Irvin Johnson's return to the Lakers after his HIV hiatus was perceived more like a miracle than an illusion. When he retired in the fall of '91, the Lakers' chances went down faster than a cold drink on a hot August night. He tried playing in 5 exhibition games the next season. The tremors reached Pluto. The outcry made him an outcast. He even tried to lead from behind a tie in the spring of '94. He coached for 16 games, and the Lakers were 5-11. Magic had a gutful of the new breed player. The only way he knew was to show by example, but the world was not educated enough for his return yet. Magic left the game with the strength of Arnold Stang. He returned with the power of Arnold Schwarzenegger. He was big and strong, determined. The Los Angeles Lakers needed an infusion of new life, and he brought it. And now they're a force in the West again. Turn up the lights at the Great Western. We're live. It's the Blazers and the Lakers next.
Portland Trail Blazers basketball is brought to you by Portland Metro Toyota.
Showtime has the last couple of years. But since Magic's return, there's some glitter in the air at the Great Western Park. And good evening. Eddie Doucette along with the snapper Steve Jones, and we do have Showtime here tonight, Mr. Jones. The Blazers, Showtime Sunday afternoon against Indiana. They were really good in double overtime. Gave it an effort from the front line in particular at both ends, and Cliff was really very, very fine.
Since the Lakers' strength is on their front line, Cliff is going to have another ball game similar to this. And the one thing that stands out of all of the numbers on Sunday, the free throws. Didn't miss a one, and maybe that'll be a confidence builder for him because it could be a close game tonight.
Yeah, and of course, Cliff did it at both ends. He got the numbers as far as points were concerned. He also did well defensively. How did he react to his game on Sunday? Let's find out.
Well, I mean, with Rod back, I mean, I think I'm going to, get some of the shots that I'm used to taking. I mean, I haven't really taken as many shots as I usually do. I just haven't been as aggressive, and I think now that Rod's back, I can feed off him a little bit more. Try to get myself some easy buckets to try to get myself going.
Well, one fellow that they could use back is Arvydas Sabonis. They did it without him on Sunday. He had the viral infection, and hopefully he'll be ready tonight.
Against Divac, Campbell, Sabalos, they need Sabonis' skills up front. That certainly would help them dominate the Lakers inside.
Elden Campbell, this has been an enigmatic player here for the last few years, but this year, different story.
Solid. He has been consistent all year long. You know, there were nights in past years where you didn't know whether Campbell was going to show up or not, but he's been able to dominate the inside at the offensive end, and he's also been able to bring it defensively. The Lakers feel that he's their most improved player this year.
And the fellow who does dominate this Laker team in a lot of categories is Cedric Ceballos. Always tough on the Blazers, always tough on the league.
And a man with no plays has been real tough on the Blazers, and one of the reasons they can't find him on the offensive glass, and if they don't, big numbers again.
And of course they can go to the bench and pull a guy named Magic Johnson off the bench. 10-3 since his return.
Do you believe in magic? Well, the Lakers do. We'll have the game with the Blazers and Lakers coming up next.
There's a lot of reasons why people are excited about the all-new Toyota 4Runner. What's your favorite thing about the new 4Runner?
We don't want an arrogant president. If it's interpreted as joy, as enthusiasm, it helps, but at another level, it also reminds people of his youth. You don't know. It's all in how it's spun. Griffey's people have to spin that home run trot is, here is somebody who has gotten a job done and feels good that he's doing it for the team.
The shift to managed care has...
It's live. It's coming to you from the Great Western Forum, and it's the Trailblazers and the Los Angeles Lakers. They've played twice this year, and the season series is all even at 1. The last time in here, the Blazers win one at the buzzer on a James Robinson three-pointer from the corner. Well, let's take a look at the keys to winning this one tonight, Snapper.
Well, it's an interesting game. It's front line dominated. I think the Trailblazers have a chance to take some of the strength of the front line away from the Lakers by running the basketball, stretching them out. They've got shot blocking, which means that if you don't challenge them inside, then you're shooting from the perimeter and they're doing the running on you. Shot selection is important, and for that reason, you don't want to be a quick shooting team from the perimeter. Then you get the late show, and that's Nick Van Exel and Eddie Jones, and rebounding is a huge key in this game. The Lakers have become a better rebounding team. That's the strength of the Trailblazers, and they need to try to be very active in attacking the glass.
All right, so there it is. The keys to winning this game tonight. The Blazer lineups have been introduced. The Blazers and Laker lineups have been introduced. And it appears that Arvydas Sabonis is going to start for Portland. So they'll stay with the new lineup, the newer lineup. Of course, Sabonis did not play in the last game, but here's the way those lineups look when you match them side by side. The Blazers starting Cliff Robinson and Gary Trent at the forwards, Sabonis in the middle. You have Harvey Grant and Russ Strickland on the guard line, and for the Lakers, the opposite side.
Well, the key concern on the other side is Sabonis against Gary Trent. Trent has a huge strength advantage against him, and Sabonis is the invisible man. He has ripped the heart out of the Trailblazers because they have not kept him off the offensive glass, and you've got to pay attention to him and at the same time bring some offensive presence to the other end of the floor.
And when you go to the bench, that's what you get. Magic Johnson averaging 14 points, about 7 assists and 6 rebounds in an average of 26 minutes a game. There's Cedric Ceballos, Nick Van Exel. Van Exel averaging 15 points and 7.5 assists. Cliff Robinson trying to check out the feel of the ball. Ceballos, who is just absolutely terrific, and you just saw Eldon Campbell at 13.5 points and 8 rebounds. And it'll be Ron Garretson, Hank Armstrong, and Ted Bernhardt to do the officiating here tonight. So we're ready to go. Sabonis has got to tuck in the jersey before we begin. He averages 23 points and 7 rebounds a game and is a leader in about 8 of their categories that they put out on their statistic sheet. He's having a wonderful year, and they come away with a tap. So we're underway. The Lakers at home, 23-8, and they've won 10 of the last 11 here. They have been one of the hotter teams in the NBA.
Vlade Divac has a mobility edge against Sabonis. Sabonis has a strength edge against him, and when he's in the game, he's got to see the ball, particularly down low in the post.
These fellows know each other from an old movie, of course, back over in Europe when they both played over there in the European theater.
What was the name of that movie?
It was an old one. Not even you would remember it, but there's a... Vlade just got a flashback. That was a flashback. Thank you, Arvydas. And the Blazers on a 2-0 lead. Vlade with a rebound. This might be I'll top you night if Vlade starts shooting over Sabonis. There's Sabonis.
Even though Sabonis makes that shot, that's where you really would like to keep Sabonis out on the perimeter. If he can drive the ball, if he can get inside, he's going to get to the line. He's going to have a huge night.
Well, where Gary Trent's going to have to be alert, Steve, is Sabonis off the ball. Gary, with that broken ring finger with a shooting hand, comes up with a pair. The Blazers lead 4-2. Sabonis is magnificent away from the ball, and he'll drive his defender crazy. Eddie Jones, stick and slip. Eldon Campbell blows the dunk, and a foul called on the play.
Harvey Grant picks up the foul on that. The little pick and slip got him in trouble. Cliff went to him, and Eldon Campbell was down in the slot. And that's where you don't want to leave Eldon Campbell strong at bringing the ball to the basket with either hand. That time he tried for a two-hand throwdown.
The Lakers have really improved themselves since Magic came back. He signed on January 30th. And as you look at some of the numbers, you see where the Lakers rank as far as the NBA is concerned. But it even goes deeper than that. For instance, they are the 4th best team in steals and the 3rd best teams for fewest turnovers per game, behind number 1 Cleveland and number 2 Orlando. They average about 14.5 turnovers a game, and we're even at 4. Inside, Sabonis touched, and there was a foul as they grilled cheesed him in the low post.
Well, maybe from that theater, Eddie, he's learned how to grunt, because that was his first early grunt, and he got a call. And so, as a starter, he may get more calls than he was getting as a guy coming off the bench. I think foul was against Eddie Jones.
Inside they go Harvey. Harvey's been hot the last 6 games. Sabonis a little hot tonight. Sabonis was sick yesterday on the plane coming down. He missed Sunday because of the viral infection. But here he is starting tonight, and he is 4 for 4, coming off his worst game of the year the first time in here when he had 2 points and was 1 for 6 from the floor. He'll try and make amends for that tonight, as the Los Angeles media gathering to see if this big guy is as good as everybody says he is. And there's a pass right between the wickets of Gary Trent.
2 passes to people that weren't ready to handle. The first from Rod to Sabonis, and then Sabonis trying to find Gary Trent on a turnover, and you want to keep the turnovers down against the Lakers, because that's the thing that gives them life. In the game that was here the first time the team came in, turnovers were a big story, and that's how the Lakers got back into the game.
Of course, the Blazers did a great job on little turnovers on Sunday, as Sabonis defending Divac, who turned into him from the right side and then exposed the ball to Sabonis, and Sabonis gets the foul. But the Blazers only 12 turnovers in 58 minutes against Indiana. That's a terrific number. The last 2 games, I think they've had 13 and 12, Sacramento in the win Friday night and 12 on Sunday. So when you can protect the ball and not turn it over, you're really doing yourself a big favor.
Well, the race is on in the playoffs, and it's all about position. The Trailblazers now in a tie with the Golden State Warriors for the 7th spot. Sacramento with a couple of wins, thinking they still have a shot at it. The Lakers think that they can go past the Houston Rockets, so every game means something, and how you play a quality opponent really will tell you what your chances might be in the playoffs.
Harvey with a travel. Turn it over, the second for the Blazers, who lead by 1. Coming into this game tonight, Steve, there was only a game and a half separating the 7th best team in the conference and the 10th team. That means 2 teams out of the playoff picture. It was that tight.
And Denver gets a big win, and again, down in the slot is Eldon Campbell with the same kind of effort of thundering two-hand throwdown, and you can't jump the guard. If they're going to leave somebody that close to the basket, you've got to stay with the guy that's right at the rim.
Rod Quick shooting a little early. Again, hobbling, it seems, on that groin pull that he has. It's been an aggravated situation for him for some 3.5 weeks. Nice interception by Sabonis.
Well, it takes him a little while to get loosened up. You can tell by the way he's moving. It takes a little bit to get more. Trent and Sabonis are the only scorers for the Trailblazers at 4 for Gary Trent.
And right away, Steve, you can see what the Lakers' strategy is here. With Sabonis out there, they want to try and beat the Blazers down the floor in transition. And that time, in their haste, they inbounded quickly, and Sabonis trying to set up that move in the right wing, travel, lost the ball. Beautiful.
That's nice passing and seeing the floor. Cliff on the line. They find Sabonis right at the rim. 7 1/4 for Sabonis.
3-point Portland lead. Early, if you just joined, nice to have you with us on the Blazers Television Network. Pass along. Jones. Monty block. Tried it again. Stayed with it. No. 3 tries. Who comes out of there but Campbell? Sabonis will take Trent to the side. Little Nick to Jones and down to Vlade. Works on Cliff as they get caught on the switch. Back to the open Eddie Jones.
And these are the ones you really want to try to bust out on. They got a 3-on-2. Cliff at the rim.
Woo! sweet move by Cliff as he went up there with that half a figure 8 and came away with a hot pretzel 2, and it's 13-8 Portland. And Del Harris is going to take the timeout. Timeout with 7:35 to play in the first quarter. Blazers on top early.
Road trip with Miller Genuine Draft and the Blazers. Speed through a 5-day road trip to L.A. and Phoenix.
In L.A. is Magic Johnson. But what does P.J. Carlesimo think about when he prepares for the Lakers? His response.
They're a really good team. They're very well coached, and they're playing right now as well as anybody in the league. So, I mean, that's one of those games where you just come, bring your best game, and let's really get after it. I mean, they're too diverse, or they do too many things well to say, well, this will determine the game. We need to really play, and then we'll be in the game.
The Lakers have improved considerably since Magic's return. Before he got here, they were averaging a little under 102. Now they're averaging almost 107 a game. And so far, the Blazers shooting the ball very, very well here in the first quarter. Not only are they shooting and scoring better, that they're holding the opponents to considerably less points per game. Field goal percentage is up, three-point percentage is up, everything is up since Magic has come back.
Sabonis just needs to stay behind Divac, make him take some tough shots, and he ends up picking up a second foul. He's off to a real good start. Now PJ is going to have to make a move, get Chris Dudley in the game. Then the front line positions go in favor of the Los Angeles Lakers. Make Vlade show you that he's going to beat you down inside. And I think one of the things that Sabonis has to learn is to slide Vlade off of the spot.
Would you say that Vlade's had a good season, Steve?
He hasn't had the same kind of season he had a year ago as Dudley comes into the game. Last year, I think, was his best season in that he really played big when the Lakers needed him. Some big rebounding, some big scoring. And he's always been a guy that's had some lapses during the course of the game, misses both free throws.
Scoring down. He's had big nights, though. He had a 16-rebound night in the game that the Lakers beat the Blazers in Portland. So he can come up with some huge numbers. A very talented guy.
And they got Eddie Jones on the back of Cliff Robinson. Good decision to go inside. Cliff's got his second hoop of the quarter.
Now the Blazers have to hustle back to the other end with a 15-8 lead. Ideally, PJ would have liked to have gotten a couple more minutes out of Sabonis before he took him out. Little backdoor give and go. That's all it was. A very simple play. And Cedric Ceballos comes away with a pair. 15-10. Blazer lead 5. Rod Strickland against Van Exel. Wanted to get deeper, didn't get there. Dudley can't get it. Rod fights him for it. Jump ball. Good hustle by Rod Strickland to tie up the big guy, Vlade Divac, who is from Serbia and who was their #1 pick in '89.
Rod missed it. He knew the shot was off and quickly got right underneath Vlade Divac, who did a good job of getting to the rebound before any of the Trailblazers. So they got a jump ball. Portland's got to think, gamble in this situation, try to think where Vlade might tip the ball, and it looks like the spot would be back toward Eldon Campbell, Eddie Jones. So, you know, if you're Gary Trent, you got to be thinking with Vlade Divac.
Easy tap back to Campbell, who's 6'11". Vlade is 7'1". Eldon Campbell about 6'7". There he is. He's quick on the base, and that's his home. And that's where Gary Trent has got to be aware, not only to not turn his back on the ball, but to be aware where this guy is by maintaining body contact with him all the time. 15-12, Blazers by 3. Easier said than done, as the saying goes. Way short, Campbell got a piece, or Sabonis. 15-12, Nick the Quick. Shove inside, Eldon Campbell. Should be a loose ball foul called on the Lakers.
Divac goes down. You can tell by the crowd response. Magic has come out on the floor, and Magic weighs probably about 240 pounds now. They say 250 there, but you know, he was playing in the 15s before he left, so he picked up a lot of muscle. but he's more like Muhammad Ali right now in that he plays in spurts, and he doesn't dominate the game or his position as he used to. Rod Strickland gets his first two.
He's like a butterfly in a steam McAfee. More like Muhammad Ali.
You know, we need to bring you to LA more often. It really brings out the creative juices in you. Again, baseline. When you say baseline, you say Ceballos. You've got to shut this guy down. It's the same play they ran on the other side of the floor, and they don't close off the baseline. And Ceballos is a magician at getting the ball in the basket from different angles around the hoop. Whose responsibility is that? It's got to be Chris Dudley to shut it off. Ceballos quickly, 9 1/4 with that three-point play.
And a 17-15 Blazer lead. I mean, realistically, if you were playing against the Blazers and they were starting a rookie against Ceballos, you'd go at him too. I mean, it's just a smart basketball to try and take advantage of the youngster. Dudley rumbles around the iron and down. 4-point lead, 19-15. We have just a little under 5 to play in the first quarter.
The problem for Cliff is, you know, really keeping Magic in tow in terms of his position. Out of this position, Magic is either going to pass or score Eddie Jones.
Well, the man was open. Magic found him. He can do that as well as anyone. Dudley with the follow off the miss by Trent. There's Rod.
You see what running does. It spreads the Lakers out. They're not getting back in terms of getting rebounds. Rod Strickland fouls Van Exel on a three-point shot, so he'll get 3 free throws.
All right, now here's the question. Rod makes the drive to the basket in the 2. He is out of the play. Somebody else got to pick that man up, or is that his responsibility to get back and cover the man who's leaking out on the fly?
Well, no. Whenever you have somebody that scored underneath, the person that's out on top trying to balance the floor should pick up the first person back. Second person then picks up whoever has the basketball until you can get all of your defenders back.
So therefore, somebody missed an assignment because it was just too tough to expect Rod to get back, particularly the way he's running right now, as Snapper mentioned, trying to warm up and get that groin pull a little loose.
Well, Van Exel had a huge game against the Phoenix Suns, and they dominated the Suns. He gets 2 of the 3 free throws.
And it's 21-17 Blazers with 4:12 to play here in the first quarter.
Antonio Wingfield in the ball game. Gary Trent down. Trent got off to a real good start, trying to post Harvey Grant.
Wingfield likes to shoot it there. Had a real good game, the best of his career on Sunday against Indiana. Played 39 minutes. Our Magic working on the youngster Wingfield. Here's where the veterans will go to work. Ceballos. Campbell and back to Magic. They'll work on the rookie, and there's the hook. And there's the tip.
Ceballos.
And who's going to watch Cedric Ceballos?
11 1/4 for Ceballos. So he looks at the Trailblazers traveling black and says, this is one of my favorite teams. I'm averaging 31 a game against this team.
Wingfield, by the way, 17 career-high points on Sunday against Indiana. Rod looks to slip it inside and does. First flip. Boy, jammed down hard. One of the Lakers, Elgin Campbell, on the floor. At the other end, Ceballos. Peeler. Anthony Peeler, who just snuck in the game. And now we're all tied at 21. After the Blazers had jumped out to a nice little lead. Rod looks for the pick and roll. Wingfield a little late getting there. They go the other way to Harvey, and Harvey, who has shot 61% from the floor the last 4 games, connects for a 2-pointer.
Ceballos has gone wild. They don't have any way to shut down that baseline, and he's squeezing and slithering on the baseline against anybody that guards him. Now it's 13 1/4. Blazers want a timeout.
Cedric Ceballos gets the Lakers their 23rd point. His number's 23, and it's 23-23 in the first. Ceballos, once again, we bring to mind the fact that this guy had a 38-point game against the Blazers in one of the 2, and then came right back in the next game with a 24-point performance, and he is absolutely devastating for the Blazers, and actually for the rest of the league. He is so talented around the offensive basket, and surprisingly, when he puts his mind to it, he can defend. He is just a good ball player. He played at Cal State Fullerton, drafted by the Phoenix Suns. And I can very vividly recall one NBA scout telling me that he would never make it in the NBA. Now, they miss a few every now and then.
But one thing that you have to do against Cedric Ceballos is make him defend at the other end of the floor. Once he gets going, he's going to really try to torch you, and he's done that so far in the first quarter. D'Antonio Wingfield trying to keep it alive, can't make the save.
Helped up by Magic Johnson, the big guy. That's probably one of his great thrills in his young career. You realize that D'Antonio would be preparing for the NCAA tournament where he's still in college. He left after his freshman year. This is his second year in the NBA. A lot of upside there.
Now, see, again, that's Ceballos. They're just letting him move without the ball, finding him, and he can't miss. Everything is right at the basket. 15 in the quarter for Ceballos, and now PJ will go to another option to try to defend him.
They have a lead of 2, 25-23. Nice look by Wingfield to the cutting Harvey Grant, and reeling it down the other end of the floor with 1:45 to play in the quarter. The Lakers, well, they give him a delay a game there, Steve? What was that?
No, they had a foul anyway, so they can't really call a delay on a dead ball situation. It sounds like they did, but Ceballos, took the ball through to the other end of the floor.
Harvey and the Blazers trying to do something at the foul line, and of course, Sunday might have been an anomaly. They had an 84% free throw shooting day on 26 of 31, and Harvey misses both of them.
Now let's remember, we were there the night we witnessed them as a team make it 21 in a row before they had a miss. So, I mean, they can make free throws. The problem is if they start out with misses, that seems to be the story of the night.
They ended up 25 of 26 on that night. Peeler from Magic Johnson. Peeler can shoot the 3. Vlade Divac. Out to Nick Van Exel. 25-23 Lakers, closing in on a minute. Vlade, travel, no call.
Steal Rod Strickland.
He comes away with it. Look at Rod. He looks like he's laboring out there. And he's foul coming down that yellow brick road.
But he can't stretch out, and you can see that where he would really be pushing the ball off the dribble. It's a long, gated stride. McKee in the ball game, Harvey Grant down.
Of course, if you joined us late, Sabonis got off to a good start and then ended up with 2 quick fouls, and so he was gone prematurely.
From the slam cam, you see that Rod Strickland, bad leg and all, but still has the ability to get the ball to the rim. Peeler out, Sedale freed in.
Good news is the Blazers will have a couple nights here before their next game. They play the Clippers on Friday. And Rod makes a pair, and the Blazers have tied at 25-25. Time remaining, low right corner.
What D'Antonio Wingfield has to do is stay with Ceballos now. Ceballos is going to find teams, get into the basket area, so you got to stay with him because he's thinking score the ball. Sedale 3, first shot goes down.
Doesn't play as much as he used to. He kept his team together for a couple of years, even though they weren't winning as much as they are now, but he gets less than 20 minutes a game. So he has probably been affected more than anyone by Magic's return. And Wingfield is fouled as he tries to follow on the missed shot by Rod. 27-25 Lakers. 36.6 seconds to play, and Big Vlade gets tagged.
Rod Strickland able to get by, and Sedale 3 really put some pressure on the interior of the Lakers defense. Divac picks up the foul. Wingfield first time at the line tonight.
And D'Antonio is pure. And D'Antonio with 39 minutes. Career high 17. All career high for him against Indiana. A huge game, and he ties this one.
Well, Wingfield has got some skills, and it's nice to see that he isn't forgotten about as the Trailblazers make a push for the playoffs. Sedale 3 going in his favorite direction. You see him going left. Think about a shot. He's got 5 quick points.
Well, if you see him going left, you better find a way to get over on that other side, if you can. Because that is the way he wants to go. They lead by 3.
And this is the matchup right here. As long as Ceballos is guarding Cliff Robinson, try to go through him. Wingfield for 3.
Wingfield on a retreat defensively with a Peeler stationed in the corner. They'll go the other way to 3. Magic, he'll shoot it from there. Doesn't draw iron. Got a pretty good look, and they come up 3 ahead. At the end of one, it's 30-27. Lakers.
What's up with the phone? I'm trying to win me some money, man. It's been out of order since this morning. Man, forget about it.
Cold filtered Miller Genuine Draft, making the world a very cool place. By Bank of America, proud to be a sponsor of this Trailblazers game. Banking on America, Bank of America. And by GTE, it's amazing what we can do together.
Back at the fabulous Forum in Englewood, the Great Western Forum, the Blazers trailing the Lakers by 3. Chris Dudley, Antonio Wingfield, Aaron McKee, Ramil Robinson, and Buck Williams for the Blazers. Cedric Ceballos with a Laker high of 15 points. The rest of the Lakers with the rest of the points.
Well, the Trailblazers had very good balance throughout the people that played, but that first quarter was dominated by Ceballos at the offensive end to get a call against Sedale 3 with a hand check.
There's Del Harris, who got the ship straightened out pretty good here. He had a few rocky times. Once in a while, that boat got out there in some of those high waters, and it got a little choppy. But when they brought Magic back, things settled down. Jerry West has done a real nice job of putting together a very deep Laker team that is tracking for 53 wins. Buck Williams. Buck Williams had his best game of the year against Sacramento on his 36th birthday. Tailed a little bit Sunday, but a good start here in the second quarter against the Lakers. Whistle foul.
And Ramil Robinson comes back with a hand check of his own. So they balance that out. Lakers get a new 24. Magic hasn't looked to score the ball. It will be interesting to see how what his mindset is against Buck Williams.
Anthony Peeler finally getting a little time and delivering. Very talented fella, #1 pick out of Missouri. Magic drawing a crowd. Street to Peeler, he's tough there. The Lakers are now 1 for 9 on their three-point attempts, Steve. They are a better three-point shooting team than that. They're 34% for the year.
See if Magic can defend at the other end of the floor. Buck Williams likes to come across the middle.
That's his favorite shot.
He tipped it in.
And a big thank you, Vladdy. Goes up somewhere. Not on the scoreboard here, however. 31-30 Blazers. Down by 3, up by as many as 7. Ceballos on Wingfield. Tough. Ramil, lead out. Wingfield. That's what a little hustle will get you.
That's what you want to get you. I'm out here by myself. I'm going to run this baby down.
Street again. Street spelled T-H-R-E-A-T-T. A deep threat. 3. And it's all even at 33. We're in the second quarter. Aaron McKee uses the body fake and then travels with the ball. And the Blazers another turnover.
Aaron got concerned about where Vlade Divac was. When he turned, he was wide open. All he had to do was just go up quick and strong, and probably would have had a chance for the hoop and a foul.
Freak's been around a long time. Nice pickup for this club. This is 13th year. They picked him off the scrap heap, and what a job he's done. There's your give and go pick. Magic. A little bit of miscommunication, and the timing wasn't quite right to try and get it back to Peeler. And Derek Strong will come in with Eldon Campbell. There's a guy that lives up to his name, Derek Strong.
The game becomes a little bit easier for the Trailblazers to defend at this end of the floor, only because on the front line they'll go through Magic a lot more. You don't have to worry about the movement without the ball in the same way you did with Cedric Ceballos out on the floor.
Ramil stripped, he gets it back from 3, then he has it poke checked away and foul. 33-33. Blazers getting out, rebounded so far, 15-12.
Ramil Robinson thought he had Street on his heels, brought the ball right up in front of him, but was fortunate to get it back, get a foul against Anthony Peeler.
9:24 and a half. Aaron a little reluctant to go and get the ball, but he finally did.
They changed the matchup. I think Dale Harris at least saw that Buck Williams could get across the middle a little too easy against Magic Johnson. Didn't like that matchup.
And a loose ball foul called on Chris Dudley. Del Harris right there had to like the call. Coach of the year ago, Del Harris. The guy had just settled down. Done a nice job recovering this year as Eldon Campbell comes in over Chris Dudley.
Moving without the basketball. If you say what has Magic brought, it's that kind of play. They're willing to share the ball. They're willing to give it up knowing that they'll get it back. And that keeps the percentages high and the pressure on the defense.
Laker lead 2, Rumeal. And that's a 3 for Rumeal Robinson. 36-35. Rumeal Robinson making an early contribution. He's a 37% three-point shooter and averaging about 7 points a game. That's 3 to get.
You got to stay with that guy. The two hot hands are Ceballos and 3. You can't double off him. Worry about Campbell. He's knocking his shots down. Stay with him. Eldon Campbell hasn't beaten him except for bringing the ball to the basket. Wingfield needs to think about taking the ball to the basket. Don't settle for the deep shot just because they want to give that to you.
And the loose ball foul called against the Lakers, and that'll be their 3rd team foul. That was called against Sedale Threed, his 2nd personal foul. Laker lead 1.
Good idea, but Buck didn't quite make the cut all the way to the basket. Ball scoots out of bounds.
Great idea. Right there, too. There was that slot you talked about in the first quarter. Under 8 to play in the half. One more meeting between these two teams. That's the 23rd of April, and that could be a huge one in Portland. 37-36. Lakers a 1-point lead. Rumeal. Wingfield saves. Out ahead, Magic. Directs a little traffic. They're strong. Was there a 3-second call on the lane, or was there a foul?
Magic had gotten into the basket area, and when Derek Strong tried to leave him the basketball, had been in there too long.
Well, right now, the Blazers with 36 points are on a pace to not make 100 again here tonight. Of course, that's nothing new for the Blazers and the Lakers' opponents. 7 of the last 8 games have held their opponent under 100. Eldon Campbell gets this one. And so the Lakers very quickly getting themselves into team foul trouble with 4 team fouls.
Illegal defense that
what it was?
Against Eldon Campbell.
We're so far away sometimes you can't pick it up here. Right, Aaron McKee, Rumeal. Wingfield.
Traveled Eddie Jones back in the game. Anthony Peeler down. In a 1-point ball game, and the Trailblazers really need to try against, remember what was working for them in that first quarter of play, and that's pushing the ball up early. But the guys from Temple going against each other.
Knocked away by Wingfield. Strong gets it right back. Tries the attack and is fouled on the play. Nice little move with the scoop shot attempt, drawing the foul on the contact. That was 6:48 to play in the half. Lakers by 1. Head football coach. The quote from the Emporium marketing director goes like this: coaching is about more than X's and O's, it's about character. Something that these two coaches obviously understand very well. So if you youngsters out there, you young people want to nominate your coach, write Nike Play Coach of the Game and find out if there's a way that maybe your guy gets elected and $500 goes to your athletic program. Send all that information down to the Blazers offices at 1 Center Court, Suite 200, Portland, 97227. With 2 fouls, here comes Arvydas Sabonis back in the game.
Well, you got 6:48 left in the quarter, and what they're hoping is that not only he continues to have the hot hand, but he's going to make the Lakers react to his presence down in the low post. Portland has made a bunch of substitutions. Robinson, Harvey Grant, Rod Strickland, Sabonis all joined Buck Williams.
Arvidas had 7 points in 5 minutes, but got hit with a couple of quick fouls as the Lakers trying to run when he's in there. And so with the 2 free throws, now a 3-point Laker lead. Here comes Rod trying to warm up again, and you can tell he's really hobbling with that groin pull. Sabonis sets a high screen, looks for the pick and slip.
Trying to get the ball down to Sabonis.
Oh, yeah, there's a matchup on Strong, and it's an easy pickings, too. Derek Strong is 6'8", 250 from Xavier. Sabonis is 7'3", and 292 from Lithuania. 39-38, Blazers down by 1.
When the ball game, slows down, I think that gives the Lakers an edge. Magic yet to strike from the field. When Portland pushes the ball, they keep the Lakers spread out. They hurt them.
All right, you've seen Magic now working as a forward, Steve. Does he look comfortable there? As he more tuned in to be that guard that he was so effective as before?
But he doesn't have the same advantage at the forward position that he had in that he could always overpower any guard. And as a front line guy, he doesn't have that explosiveness, so he's really got to rely on his passing. Eldon Campbell.
41-38, Laker lead, 3. With 5:33 to play in the half.
What you want to do with him playing forward is make him defend at that end of the floor. Don't give him free reign. And Buck took the bait. They set back in Cliff Robinson's lap, giving Buck the shot.
A little surprised he took that shot?
I am. When you look at the matchups, again, that's where Magic is going to hurt you. At that end of the floor, when you think you have to double him, he's going to get somebody else's shot. Make Magic show you that he's going to be an offensive threat down in the low post as a forward. You get 2 people running at him, somebody's going to be open. One more look tells you that you cannot leave a man with Magic Johnson with the ball in his hand.
Buck Williams on the foul. And it won't go. Blazers now with 4 team fouls. The Lakers with 3 team fouls.
Eddie Jones got off to a slow start, but he's been beginning to pick up steam. And, they're really feeling good about having Eddie Johnson looking like the Eddie Johnson of a year ago in the first half of the season. Eddie Jones.
All right, Sedale 3 will go to the side. Back in comes Nick Van Exel. The Blazers have Cliff Robinson, Buck Williams, Harvey Grant, Rod Strickland, and Arvidas Sabonis on the floor. The Lakers with Eldon Campbell, Derek Strong, Eddie Jones.
Magic has gone out of the game, so now Portland really has to think about being aggressive at both ends of the floor. Sabonis.
Well, it's a small Laker team they have out there now, Steve. Campbell the biggest. But the other pieces around him not real big, and Sabonis got one to roll that time, 42-40. Blazers down 2. Save over there. Sabalos very quick. Tremendously quick first step for Cedric Sabalos. Drive on the trail. Buck Williams. And fouled on the play. It's tied, and the Blazers with Buck at the line with a chance to take a 1-point lead.
Whenever the Trailblazers have been able to get out and run the ball, they've had a great deal of success against the Lakers trying to react. They get there too late. Buck Williams now has a chance for a 3-point play. So when you look at what is the difference in the game, if the game slows down, the Lakers seem to have an edge. If the game is a running game, the Trailblazers have had an advantage. Buck does not get the 3-point play. He's got 6 in the quarter.
You look at that Blazer team on the floor, Steve. Rod Strickland, Harvey Grant, Sabonis, Cliff Robinson, Buck Williams. There's a lot of talent out there.
There's been a lot of talent on the Trailblazer team for the last couple of seasons. It's been confused and has underachieved. Tough shot. Nick Van Exel.
Very tough shot. That running left-hand banker. 44-42. 4:05 to play here in the first half. The Lakers averaging a little over 103 points a game. They're not a great rebounding team, yet they've out-rebounded the Blazers here tonight. Portland's about 4 rebounds a game better on an average night than
when they double team, you want to pass and go to the basket. Don't stand. That lets the defense reset. Rod Strickland trying to really get in a position to take advantage of the Lakers, but pass up a good shot.
Nice look and a pass to Harvey, and he can't come up with it. Laker lead 2. Laker lead 4.
Eddie Jones might have gotten away with the travel that time, but brought the crowd to their feet here at the Forum.
46-42. Lakers with 3:20 to play in the half. Nice drive. Oh, nice drive by Rod Strickland. Man, he can get through the smallest of openings when he's got that basketball in his hand. Jones, quick step, blocked on the way by. Buck and Harvey trying to get their signal straight down there, and Eddie Jones with a terrific couple of first steps, and he just beat them both off the ground.
He got a little extra step on it, and a spectacular effort in the open court. What with Eddie Jones and the way he's shooting the ball from the perimeter, give him a little space, invite him to shoot the ball from the outside, see if he's going to catch the torch out there, but don't let him drive the ball, get inside, and draw fouls. This guy is light, but he is a leaper, so he can get up off his feet.
This is Sabonis gets the rebound, and who's the loose ball foul on?
Looks like it's going to be a Buck Williams. No, Sabonis. Third personal foul against Sabonis. So the advantage that he had quickly goes away. Trying to get to the ball, comes right through Derek Strong.
He goes out with 11 points. 8 minutes and 2 rebounds.
He's having a huge impact on the game when he can stay out on the floor.
Remember, he is still not 100%. As Derek Strong steps to the line.
Well, Eddie, if he's sick, he should be sick every day.
Playing well.
He's playing very well.
82% shooter, Strong. A little surprising, the 6'8" guy. Played at Xavier, Ohio.
Attack this press. Don't let this press slow you down. Portland's been able to get to the basket whenever they want. Strickland. Good putback, Buck Williams. 8 1/4 for Buck Williams.
And a 2-point Laker lead with 2:44 remaining in the half. The Blazers are not doing what you said they had to do, Steve, and that is rebound. They're down in the board battle right now.
Well, one of the reasons the Lakers have been moving the ball, cutting to the basket, and whenever that happens, you end up with poor rebound position.
Well, we'll have a timeout on the illegal defensive call, and when we return, the Blazers will be trailing by 2, and the Lakers will have the pelota. Television game will be with the Sacramento Kings. This is March 22nd at 7:30. This is the wild card game, I believe. And this is a game that we've added, and it has tremendous playoff implications. That's on Channel 8 in our Blazers television network, so we certainly hope that you'll join us. March 22nd, Blazers at Sacramento. Blazers have not had a lot of luck playing in Sacramento recently, so that'll be a big game, and we hope that you'll make plans to join us on that occasion. There's Rod trying to put that little extra support in there to try and give him a little pressure on that groin pull. Help him out. He has been laboring with it. 48-46. Blazers down by 2 with 2:32. The illegal defense called against Portland. Both teams now have 1 illegal defense warning. The next illegal defensive call against either team results in a technical, and of course, they roll the clock back to 24 and give the ball to the Lakers where play was whistled dead.
The good news is that the Los Angeles Lakers have forgotten about Cedric Ceballos. Eddie Jones rattled one in. He's got 5 1/4. Ceballos has not scored since getting the 15 in the first quarter.
Keep them over there as far as they want, as far as the Blazers are concerned. Keep them out of the play.
Well, again, matchups are a big story in the NBA, and Portland has a big advantage with Cliff Robinson, but they're not getting him the ball. Harvey Grant on the putback.
Harvey had the play broken on him. Dudley saved him and then missed it, and Harvey got it back, and at the other end, Harvey gets down in time. But look at Ceballos. See how they take advantage of you? Well, they know if you're out of the play at the other end, they're going to work to get to the opposite side to get the ball to create an easy 2, and they now lead by 4. 52-48 with 1:45 to play in the half. Rod to Clark. Punch ball with the board. Blocked by Eldon Campbell. He is their best at blocking shots. He's among the leaders in the league. And so now they're going to give it to the Lakers, saying that the Blazers touched it. How could that be if it was touched by Campbell? Out of bounds, and it goes for the Los Angeles Lakers.
You get one more look, and the ball bounced off of Buck Williams. Eldon Campbell trying to come inside. Chris Dudley picks up the foul. One thing that would help the frontline players for the Trailblazers is now with the Lakers getting so much confidence on the passes, we get another look at the play inside for Campbell, who's playing away from the ball and just bringing it to the rim with a lot of authority. Try to keep pressure on the passer. Try to stay in front of your man as best you can because they're looking to pass the ball. Eldon Campbell is a guy that now realizes all I have to do is be in position, and I can hurt the opponent just by being available for a pass.
The Lakers now 13 for 20 at the foul line. They lead by 5. That's as much of a lead as they've had with 1:23 to play here in the half. When Campbell is on the floor, you've got to be aware of him. Every time you take the ball to the hole, he'll get 2.5 blocks a game.
But he will also pick up some fouls. You want to challenge him because he's not always going to make the saves. Strickland and Cliff Robinson trying to play a two-man game.
Rod had to shoot it. The clock was down to 1. Eldon Campbell releases to Van Exel. Under a minute to play in the half. And Dudley controls and outlets to Rod. Blazers would love to score in this possession. And they do.
You know, when they've had success here in the second quarter of play, it's been in the open floor in quick early transition opportunities. Dudley.
Rod with 10 points and Dudley with another foul. Well, Chris Dudley now picks up his third personal foul. So you've got Dudley and Sabonis using up all the fouls that they can possibly use here in the half without getting into really deep foul trouble. Eldon Campbell.
Campbell's contract is up at the end of the season, so this has been a solid season for him. He's certainly going to get other suitors. I think he'd like to stay here in Los Angeles, but you never can.
Well, he went to school right over here in Englewood High School, so he's from the area. Some people feel that if he does go away, that might enhance his career. Maybe there are too many distractions here close to home. Magic Johnson in. And out of there goes Derek Strong for the Lakers.
The Lakers want to try to manage maybe another possession or two before they lead the half and try to increase their lead. Portland's got to possibly think about trying to get the ball inside, knowing that the Lakers are going to get one more possession, maybe pick up another foul, and get something going to the basket.
Buck and Rod, D'Antonio Winfield with Harvey Grant, Cliff Robinson. And a nice follow by Cliff Robinson, and the Blazers get back to within 3, and the Lakers will come down and look for one final shot. See if they can keep things going here. That's Nick Van Exel. Now Magic comes over, sets the side screen, slides to the far corner. Van Exel trying to work, and they leave it for Sabalos, and he travel with the ball. It was such a good fake that it was a violation. He traveled. 55-52, 2.8 seconds remaining here in the half. And side back. Buck will try and get to somebody and clip his foul right away.
Mistake by Sabalos. All you want to do at that point is keep the guy in front of you. Sabalos reaches over. Cliff Robinson will go to the line.
That was a big foul, Steve, because that was their 15th foul. Had they not fouled, he wouldn't have had to go to the line. Fifth foul, of course, penalty becomes in effect. And now Cliff Robinson with the Blazers an opportunity to get back to within 1.
Cliff has been quiet so far at the offensive end. Got off to a pretty good start. Hasn't been looking to shoot the ball. And I think that the Blazers have to take advantage of him against Magic Johnson or Sabalos. Gets his first.
So this, Steve, first half, the Lakers are 15 for 22 at the line. The Blazers are 5 of 8. 20-second timeout called here.
One thing that tells you is the Lakers have been attacking the basket more than the Trailblazers, but Portland is in this game. Cliff gets the first free throw to go in, and knowing the 20-second timeouts are not carried over,
Don't forget now, BP will donate a couple $100 to the Portland Parks and Recreation for each Blazers 3-point field goal in tonight's game. The idea here is to refurbish the inner city basketball courts. Great cause, we call it Points for Parks, and BP is very proud to be part of it. So far tonight, the Blazers are 2 for 9, so $400.
To finish the thought, Dale Harris called a 20-second timeout. They put some time back up on the clock, 2.3, where it had gone down to 1.7, so they think they have enough time to at least get another shot in the air.
And, of course, P.J. trying to set a defense at the other end, and Cliff knocks down 2, 55-54. Knocked away by Cliff. Rod can get one away. Banks it in! That counts! That's a 3! And what a way to end the half for the Portland Trailblazers. It didn't take much. 2.3 seconds when they got it. And the Blazers off the steal, and with the desperation, give me my prayer tonight and answer it. Rod with a 3, and the Portland Trailblazers lead it 57-55 at the half.
Our business is earning your trust. If we can't guarantee it, we won't.
7-55, the Blazers leading the Los Angeles Lakers at halftime.
It's been a very competitive first half of play with both teams trying to play to their strength, and the strength of the Lakers has been on the front line. The Trailblazers, when attacking and staying in the open court, have been able to get an advantage, and they have a big advantage in terms of shooting the basketball as we take a look at the leading scorers. Rod Strickland with that 3 goes to 13. Sabonis had 7 in the first quarter of play before getting in foul trouble. 15 in the first quarter for Sabonis, only 2 in the second. They got a big solid contribution from Sedale Street off the court. Elden Campbell has been steady throughout the ball game. Dudley leads Portland in rebound. Antonio Wingfield, a couple of offensive rebounds, keeps his total up. Elden Campbell, the leading rebounder for the LA Lakers. Circle 51%, and you can see that rebounds are even. The bench scoring, just about even. Portland has a 3-point edge, and the difference is on the scoreboard.
Both teams only 5 turnovers, and we'll have the third quarter when we return to Los Angeles.
Where is the one and only place you... Queen. The special like this. The legendary Peanut Buster Parfait is now just $1.29. Lay into layers of Dairy Queen soft serve, thick hot fudge, and peanuts aplenty. It's all here, and it's all yours now for just $1.29. We treat you right. Dairy Queen.
This message is to my fellow NBA players. Every time the Blazers score after an offensive rebound, Weyerhaeuser donates $20 to Solve to help clean up our communities. As you can see, Charles is with the program, Shaq's on board, and let's not forget Michael. He even came out of retirement to help. So next time, guys, why not back off a little and let us score? And maybe, someday, I'll return the favor.
This is how the first half ended as Cliff Robinson tipped it away, and you can see how much time 2.3 seconds really is. It's enough time to make a coach take a long walk at the Forum.
Well, the guy with the beard's going to take a happy walk. The other fella with the gray hair, not too pleased. Blazers get it in. Sabonis will start with Rod, Gary Trent, who had a soft first time on the floor in the first half, and Harvey Grant.
He had trouble really defending Sabonis. They got to put some pressure on Sabonis by getting Cliff the ball. He's got to make them pay for this matchup. They get a reach in. Elden Campbell will put Cliff on the line. But, you know, if you're going to have to defend against Cedric Ceballos, then he's going to have to pay for defending either Cliff Robinson or Gary Trent. But don't let him just have free reign, and they haven't put enough offensive pressure on him at the defensive end.
Well, the other part of that, Steve, is when you got a guy like Trent trying to defend somebody like Ceballos, all that concentration trying to go at the defensive end for a young guy, it takes a little away from what he can do at the other end.
Cliff gets 1 of 2 and breaks his string in 15 straight free throws.
58-55, Blazer lead 3. Led by 7 at one point in the first quarter. Eddie Jones.
Eddie keeps banging away from the outside, so you want to invite him to shoot that shot. Don't let him drive the ball and then rebound it and run it the other way.
They're 2 for 12 outside that home run line, Steve. They've not had a good night shooting the three. Here's Vlade trying to get away after he got away from Sabonis initially. He's fouled as he tried to take it all the way under, and Harvey Grant gets tagged with a foul. Is that Harvey's foul or Gary Trent? Calling on Trent.
Sabonis, in trying to overplay, got himself in a real bad position at the defensive end of the floor. I think he still has to adjust to understanding which people, he should stay behind and keep them in front, and maybe some people he can gamble on. Divac is not the kind of player you want to give him seams and life to get started offensively.
You can see the impact that Magic Johnson has had on the Lakers by those graphics that we just showed you. Magic with a bunch of games left, and already at a point where they're tracking at close to 50-plus wins per year for the year. As Sabonis got trapped and he tried to get it to Trent, and Gary got a little lazy going for the ball and lost the ball out of bounds. 58-57, Blazer lead 1. Knocked away by Sabonis. Divac has probably seen that before. Across the pond. There's Eldon over Cliff. Now that's a good move for Eldon Campbell. That's one you haven't seen him use too much in recent years, but he's added it to his arsenal, and at 6'11", it's a very effective shot.
He just has much better composure at the offensive end now. He didn't have that before. Portland a little confused offensively, and that's helping the Lakers as they sprint out.
And the Lakers take a 3-point lead.
6-1 right out of the chute. So the Lakers are trying to, make Portland use up some time with a little double-team tactics, a little pressure in the backcourt, and Portland's got to respond by moving the ball, moving people quicker.
Well, Gary Trent couldn't find anyone to pass to, and so he says, I'll take the shot myself. Result not good. Eddie Jones against Harvey Grant. Eldon Campbell against Cliff Robinson. Vlade on the good fake, goes around the big man and lays it in.
20-second timeout coming up.
BJ trying to pull the troops together here. His team down 5. 63-58 with 9:42 remaining here in the third quarter.
Again, what Sabonis has got to understand, make Vlade shoot that shot. And let him find whether he's going to get the range, but don't come up and let him go around. Vlade knows he can get by him with quickness from outside in.
Our next Blazer Vision game comes up Sunday. It'll be the Dallas Mavericks. Again, playoff implications. 5 o'clock was a 1 o'clock. Remember, they changed the start game to 5. Call your local cable company and join us on Sunday afternoon. The Nets got beat at home by the Suns, 98-88. The Sixers beat the Raptors in Philadelphia, 118-110, and the Jazz beaten by Atlanta in Atlanta, 115-89.
Portland is playing perimeter basketball. That's going to turn the Lakers loose in transition. Got away with the push, Gary Trent.
8-1 start here in the quarter by the Lakers. And a kick ball, and the Blazers will get it back, trailing at 63-58. To inbound the ball. And see, 24 seconds on the reload off the shot clock. Flip. Trent. He released before the shot came down. He was off balance and the shot came out.
With the exception of the Cliff Robinson post-up, everything for Portland so far has been outside. They had a 30-point second quarter. They got to remember what made them successful. Oh, the big guy. A little sweet move of his own.
That's 7'3", 290 plus. There's a coordinated large man. 63-60 Lakers. Here's Van Exel. He's taking advantage of a lame Rod Strickland. 65-60, Los Angeles. Under 8.5 to play in the third. Ronnie says, I got to get my team back in it. Arvidas says, I'm going to get my team back in it. Well, Arvidas comes up with a 2. 65-62.
If Rod's going to have some success against Van Exel, you got to make him go this way, to his right hand. He's a left-handed player. There's Divac from the outside. And that's what Sabonis needs to do. Make Divac a perimeter player.
Sabonis with 15.
Sabonis trying to, really be effective down in the low post. That's the first time he's swung the hook in the ball game.
That's a swing hook, too. Van Exel. And this followed by Sabonis, who gets the second try to go. 67-62. This guy, I think, got his doctorate degree from waste management. The way he hangs around and picks up the garbage and lays it in. 67-62, no. Sabonis with a good hand.
Well, Rod wanted to get it back. He knows that Van Exel is trying to come at him. The one way Portland gets it back is to go through Sabonis, keep some pressure on him. This is a tough matchup for Gary Trent, but he gets that one away.
He's a little better on that move closer to the basket. But he made it work that time and then got back the other end. Now shoving by Gary Trent on Cedric Ceballos. There might be a little trash talking going on down there, and Ceballos got shoved by Trent in a technical foul.
Well, that's not smart by Gary Trent.
There might be a double technical.
You get another look at this at the end, going down, and now wasn't that much of a push for Trent to react that way.
There it is. A double technical is the call. Trent Ceballos, illegal defense against the Lakers, their second. Blazers will shoot the technical and get the ball back, and we'll have a timeout before we see all that. How about this? Things coming a little unraveled. 67-64 Lakers.
My dad.
Folks from Miller will give you this little fact about Cedric Ceballos. Yeah, he does it all, doesn't he? 20 or more points, 8+ rebounds in a season. Did that last year. And, of course, Ceballos this year averaging 23+ points and around 7 rebounds a game. Cedric Ceballos is a fellow that makes a living out of hanging around and just picking up loose things and driving the opponent crazy with the way he moves away from the ball.
Ceballos a little agitated, but, he's in some rare company over there. Take a look at the big wall over there, and you'll see Ceballos' number is not retired, but the other guys to do it, Magic Johnson, Elgin Baylor, Kareem.
The Dipper, Will Chamberlain, and James Worthy. And Ceballos would like to hang from that wall. Well, his jersey. You don't want to hang him. Got a lot of work to do before he gets up there with that group. There's Clifford. Oh, nice pass. And Sabonis trying to swing a hook over Eldon Campbell as the ball knocked away and out of bounds. Arvydas Sabonis is 7 for 10, 15 points and 3 rebounds in 13 minutes.
The double team is going to come to Cliff Robinson. He does a nice job of reading where Sabonis is.
Broken up by Harvey Grant. The Blazers now concentrating and getting back in transition better than they did before. 67-64 Lakers, 6:39 to play in the third. That's Van Exel working on Rod. They bring Eldon Campbell across to the ball side. Nice move. Blocked by Sabonis. After he got around Cliff, Sabonis did a nice job of covering. Real nice.
Now Sabonis drops down and does his version of David Robinson. Eldon Campbell had no idea that Sabonis was coming and showed that ball way too early. Cliff near steal.
Sabonis comes in front of Campbell. Boy, he had that clock read beautifully. Trent comes down on the fly and gets the follow on the missed shot that he tried initially. And it's a 1-point Laker lead. 67-66.
Third quarter, both teams have been successful in the open court. Eddie Jones again with the quickness off the dribble, attacking the Trailblazers and drawing the foul.
Gary Trent's foul, his third.
Good quick move against Harvey Grant. And Harvey's done a solid job all season long of keeping defenders in front of him. But you really got to think about how to handle Eddie Jones. And what he needs to do is back off. Make Eddie Jones think he's going to get that jump shot.
Makes both free throws. Laker lead 3. Is that too tough a matchup for Harvey, all things considered, even though we know he defends well?
No, I think, again, it's a question of knowing where Eddie's having success. And if he's going to drive the ball through the basket, Sabonis inside again, and that's where he's hurting you on that given night, and he's missing jump shots, let him have that jump shot.
17 for Arvidas.
6 1/4 for Sabonis, so far, Lottie hasn't had an answer for him at the offensive end. Sabonis loses control.
They tried to pull that off, and the quarters were too tight. They couldn't quite make the handoff. Magic comes back. Vlade Divac goes out. Interesting substitution, so Campbell goes to the hole on Sabonis. And Magic will slide over on Gary Trent. And Harvey Grant will stay on Jones.
Now,
Cliff will get Sabonis.
What Gary Trent needs to do whenever he gets Magic down in the post is use his strength against him. Rod Strickland gets his first score, second half.
The Blazers go to a 1-point lead, 70-69. About 5 minutes remaining in the third. Campbell. And looking to shoot it deep. No. Touch pass, beautiful. Magic Johnson. Eddie Jones. Well done, Magic Johnson, who has such great vision on the floor. Larry Bird comes to mind right away when you talk about great court vision. And Magic Johnson's got that kind of an idea where people are on the floor.
Now clock at 7.
Harvey bails out before the shot comes down. Laker lead 1, Jones. Gary Trent, a spectator. 73-70, the Lakers.
That's all right. Eddie Jones hits his first three-point field goal of the night. He hasn't shown you that he's wearing it out from out there. Come back to Sabonis. They have not been able to stop him.
Harvey comes back with an answer, and it's 73-72. And the Blazers and the Lakers starting to heat up. Lakers by 1. 4 minutes in the quarter. Magic deep. Blocked back Cliff. Pulled out by Trent. Broad in the middle. Directing traffic on the fly. Cliff on the wing. Harvey unexpected, but puts it in anyway. And Magic on an end-line violation. And he's saying, they never called that on me. He got the toe over the line. And it was called by the official, and Magic is saying, come on, did you see that properly? That is Hank Armstrong that makes the call right there. Magic, once in a while, I can't let him go all the time. There's Rod. Nice pick by Rod, string music. And out on the fly, cheating on the break the other end, goes number 23, Sabalos. And meanwhile, Del Harris says, we need to talk it over, guys. We had a 5-point lead here, and now you guys are down by 3.
Well, the Lakers have made 5 turnovers in this quarter in trying to push the ball. They've made some mistakes. The Trailblazers only made a couple, but they've gotten better rhythm at the offensive end. Defensively, one of the things they're doing much better here in the quarter is reacting defensively, helping each other out. And when the Lakers have hurt them, it's really been in transition. They've been able to slow them down and do a better job in the half court where the Lakers hurt them in the first half.
Are you surprised, Steve, that the Lakers don't use Anthony Fielder more?
No, I mean, they use him according to the rhythm of the game, and right now Eddie Jones is playing fairly well. Del Harris is getting him going. I think he'll stay with him, but Anthony Peeler has helped his team, and I don't think Del Harris has given up on him.
I think he could help a lot of teams. Sedale Freak back to Eddie Jones.
See, Eddie is going to keep firing away out there. That's the shot you want to see him take tonight.
2 for 13. Lakers outside the home run line. Rod had it poked away, but gets it right back to Freak.
He was looking over at the bench trying to get a play call. They're trying to post Eddie Jones. He came over the top, got away with it. Trent steals it.
And puts it right in. Took it away from Magic Johnson. And now Anthony Peeler is getting the warm-ups off and going to the scoring table for the Lakers. Wow. Good job by Trent in not giving him all that room, but he got called for the bump. As Ceballos loves to go to the baseline and backdoor, and Trent more aware now than he was early on. That's his fourth, and a timeout is called. Blazers have a 5-point lead with 2:57 to play in the third. 78-73 from the GW Forum.
And now, BP, big play of the game.
A Rod Strickland big play lay-in in a moment.
On the cut, there's Rod. Inside, beautiful move. Changing hands in midair.
With Portland down in the final minute of overtime, Rod Strickland brings the Blazers back. Strickland's three-point play ties the game, and Portland goes on to beat Indiana in double overtime.
That's why this play was a BP big play of the game.
Hello from
Stav. Under 3 minutes to play here in the third quarter. And a little movie star action here tonight. Wonder what Kevin's working on next.
And he looks a whole lot better than he did in Waterworld. There's Hall of Famer Frank Robinson.
George Walsh even likes the guy, even though he wasn't a catcher.
Gary Trent has been very effective in this game. He started off quickly, had a tough time handling Ceballos, but he has scrapped here in the second half and done a good job of trying to keep Ceballos in front of him. Picked up a personal foul the last time. But he's getting a better understanding of what it takes to play and how to be effective every night out.
He's hit half his shots and has 10 points. Eldon Campbell. Dudley in the game. Sabonis is out. And Dudley trying to stop Campbell, who is 6'11", and couldn't do it. And now it's 78-75.
You got to go to Trent against Magic Johnson. And what they need to do is make sure they get a clear side and watch for Eldon Campbell.
And they're going to Trent over Magic Johnson, and Gary Trent with 12 points in the game. 2:20 to play here in the third. Trent had 4 points in the first half, in case you were wondering how he did the first time around.
Dudley was a little off balance and got in a real bad position down on the post against Eldon Campbell. You can see his weight is shifting. He's leaning forward. An easy call for the official to make.
And Campbell over Gary Trent. Ceballos, excuse me, over Gary Trent. 80-77. Back to Dudley for a moment. You can see having all his weight forward on his toes. And once his man left him, he was almost off balance.
Now, when they come to Gary Trent, you got to have a cutter go to the basket. They didn't give him any place to really outlet the ball, working against the clock, which is down at 4 right now.
Now, nothing like a good cutter. 80-77, the Blazers. Magic got in trouble there and just managed to bounce it along the side to Ceballos.
And what he's doing right now is really trying to set them up in a half court. He's not going to be able to jump over Cliff. All Cliff has to do is keep him in front of him and run. And this is where Magic is at a disadvantage up front because he's used to being able to just go over people. Most of them have been guards.
He goes for 5 today and doesn't have a point. Here's Peeler. Comes up short. Bumped by Harvey Grant.
Well, when Harvey bumped him, he wasn't shooting. He kind of fell into that shot, and they're going to put him on the line.
And so the Blazers now, with the team foul situation, over the foul limit, penalty situation is in. The Lakers, by the way, only one team foul here in this quarter.
but the Trailblazers have come back with a very good third period after a very slow start. Got themselves back in it at the offensive end. Wheeler missed his first.
Lots of Blazer tickets available down the stretch at some big games as both free throws were missed. At the Blazer office, we've got some huge games for you at the Rose Garden coming up. With the playoff situation what it is, 4 teams fighting for the last 2 spots. Trent has it blocked. Good block for the Lakers. They're trailing by 3. There's Magic. He'll shoot that shot, but not this time. Magic looks like he's reluctant to do the things he does well.
He knows he's not making the shot. What he wants to do is draw the defense, make someone else effective. Eldon Campbell following his lead, 6 1/4 for Campbell, 17 on the night.
6 assists for Magic Johnson. Here's Rod. Strong move against the 6'11" Eldon Campbell, and the Blazer lead at 3 again. That's Ceballos, and they clear out a side.
You don't want to let Ceballos go left. I mean, he's not the kind of player that you think he is in being right-handed. He likes to go left. You want to make him go right, and that way he's probably going to pull up more than he's going to drive the ball all the way to the basket.
Trent did a nice job accepting the challenge and defending him. Rod almost traveled. Trent throws up a dry heave, and that'll end the third. So we played 3, and the Blazers by 3. Yes, sir. Not a bad one so far. 82-79 from Los Angeles.
I'm Phil Weck, president. Wireless Services, technology that sets you free. By Red Dog Beer, bold yet smooth, unusually easy to drink. You are your own dog. And by Portland Metro Toyota dealers. Toyota, I love what you do for me.
For the game now, the Lakers shooting 46% from the floor. The Blazers at 50% from the floor for the game. Portland is led by as many as 7 in the first quarter, and the Lakers by as many as 5, and the Blazers are a 1-point advantage over the Lakers in the third period after the Lakers started out on an 8-1 run at the beginning of the quarter. As we start the fourth and final, the Blazers are up by 3. Eldon Campbell against Chris Dudley. And Dudley with a rebound. Dudley playing with 4 fouls. Ramil Robinson replacing Rod Strickland. D'Antonio Winfield, Buck Williams, Aaron McKee on the floor for Portland.
With this group, Portland has to try to identify where they're going to get their scoring. They don't want to be a team that stands around and suddenly stalls and ends up launching deep against the shot clock. And it's just that position right now. The shot clock is at 2 and they get a turnover. Magic gets a foul, but that's it. When you bring new people in and they're not certain, they stand around, and that allows the other team to get the momentum.
And they did take the momentum right there with the Magic inbounding Sedale Threatt, Derek Strong, Anthony Peeler, and Eldon Campbell. Buck steps up, takes the path away from Threatt. Down to Magic, Buck falls down. Good pass, Eldon Campbell. Magic Johnson with good recognition again, and he has 7 assists for the night. And it's a 1-point Blazer lead.
They're trying to go to Buck Williams down on the post against Derek Strong. All they're going to do is make Buck back up. And Winfield goes for the base, which is shoot a long jump shot complicated by fouling. What you want to do if you're D'Antonio Winfield, as soon as Magic Johnson leaves him, follow him so that Buck Williams can at least see you coming into the basket area.
82-81, Blazers over the Lakers. And D'Antonio Winfield playing like an inexperienced youngster right now. And of course, as Steve said, you went for the bait on that last one.
He is inexperienced. He hasn't had much playing time. He's got a ton of talent. But if you don't recognize how to hurt a team, then you're going to fall right into the trap that they're setting for you. Winfield picks up his 3rd personal foul. But the Lakers right now are going to try to go through Eldon Campbell. So you got to know that what you want to do, is try to get Campbell out of the basket area, try to keep a lot of pressure on the passers, and when Magic Johnson has the ball, make him a scorer. He has not hurt you scoring the ball tonight.
And the Blazers have 3 team fouls in the quarter already as the Lakers miss another free throw. They're now 19 for 29, and the Blazers are 7 for 12. There's a rather large discrepancy there. Campbell makes the second, and we're tied at 82. 82-82 with 10:23 remaining here in regulation.
Guys that score the ball for the Trailblazers now have to be Aaron McKie, Ramil Robinson, D'Antonio Wingfield, and you don't want to become a perimeter team. That's the way they started the third quarter, got themselves in a little bit of trouble.
And the officials will give the ball to the Lakers. And this Blazer unit on there right now struggling to try and find a way to dent the net. 2 minutes gone in the quarter. 82-82, the Lakers have tied. Rosedale 3. They jump up. Now they get back to their respective people. 3 for the miss. That ball knocked away. It'll come to Portland. As Magic gets back with Wingfield in a hurry as Ramil tries to beat the crowd down the floor. Both teams look a little phlegmatic right now.
Phlegmatic, what is it?
Aaron McKie with a pair. 84-82.
Once again, it's one of those in a basketball
sorry,
contest.
Steve, I lost my mind, and I'm sorry about that. You know, the old lexicographer in me came out again. Derek Strong. And Buck with a rebound, gets it out on the side here to Aaron McKie. Brings it in on Anthony Peters. Everything has pretty well been slowed down to a quarter-court game.
With this unit that's out there, they haven't played very much together, so they don't really know where they're going to score the ball. They end up using a lot of time on the clock, and this one's got to come up quick. They're on the clock now.
See, you're 100% right. This unit is not clicking right now, and Rod Strickland is going to get a call from PJ.
Rod's going to get back in the game, but, it's not really Ramil's fault as much as it is the entire group's fault. They're not moving the ball. They're not moving people quick enough. Now they're working against the clock.
Blazer lead 2. Magic Johnson, and they bring Keeler off a stack on the left side, and then they wheel it around the right to Sedale 3.
This is the guy that they're going to think is going to carry him late, along with Vlade Divac. Magic gets his first score of the night, a 3-point field goal.
85-84, Lakers, 8:23 remaining in the fourth quarter. Ramil Robinson. And here's the rooting foul. They just get Eldon Campbell for using the leg and trying to root out Buck on that side. Oh, Eldon Campbell gets the foul, and the Lakers have 1 team foul here in the quarter. Keep track of those team fouls and timeouts. Ramil Robinson will come out of the ball game with 8:15 to play. He hits the deep shot, Steve, but they're having to settle for lower percentage opportunities than they normally would get. Just trying to work it in deep against the Lakers. Inner perimeter defense is not going.
It's the people are out on the floor. You've got Buck, you've got Chris Dudley and D'Antonio Wingfield, and you've got 2 guys that are having a tough time really getting established at the offensive end. Buck had a good second quarter. He had 8 points in the quarter, but Wingfield hasn't been able to reestablish himself as Eddie Jones comes back in the game, and Chris Dudley hasn't been an offensive presence. So the Lakers are gambling defensively and making Portland a perimeter team.
Magic Johnson, who has just entered into a partnership with the California Public Employees Retirement Systems, investing $51 million in California real estate. Magic with his 10,000 assists of his career against Sacramento. Now, that 14-3 is since Magic has been back, but he has not played in all those games. He's only played in 13 games. So he's really 10-3 in the games that he's played in. He missed 3 games there when he had a little bit of a problem. 14-3 since he re-upped. but 10 and 3 in games that he played in, as I had indicated on our pregame show.
Well, he was thinking about pass the ball and couldn't, and took a wild left-handed shot. The guy that the Trailblazers need to try to get down on the low post is Antonio Wingfield.
Magic Friday and an open save. And it's Aaron McKee. He pulls it down and gets it to Rod. Hill was not happy about coming out of the game. 87 to 86 with 7 minutes to play in regulation.
The Magic is getting off of Antonio Wingfield. He is saying, I'll give you the shot, but I'm not going to let you make the pass. And the Trailblazers working against the clock. They're going to get a hold on Nick Van Exel.
That's the second team foul on the Lakers in the fourth quarter, and we are going to have a timeout. Lakers by 1 with 6:52 remaining in regulation.
Hello from Plank Road, where
somewhere in that Laker huddle, he's hiding. James Robinson, by the way, out in front there, chewing hard and looking up at the clock. Has not played now in almost 3 full games. Strickland, another good game. Van Exel having a frustrating night. Even though Rod is struggling, he's talking to Jay Jensen there, and I know that he's complaining a little bit about the way that groin feels.
Aaron McKee is going to be the guy that shoots the technical for the Trailblazers. Sabonis has come back in the game to try to take the pressure off of the Trailblazers at the offensive end with 6:52 to go.
Aaron, who missed a technical against Indiana, misses one here. He's the Blazers' best free throw shooter, 76%. And the Lakers, quite frankly, have kept themselves in this game at the foul line, where they've made 15 more at the foul line than the Blazers.
Cliff Robinson back in the game as well. So the Trailblazers didn't really die, but you know that they need offensive pressure back at their end of the floor. And they get Cliff Sabonis back in along with Buck Williams.
There's Van Exel on the top. Rod knocked it away. Van Exel on the reload with Magic. There's the pick and roll. Van Exel never looked back to Magic. Now he comes to his side.
Make Magic score the ball. Don't let him pass it to somebody that's wide open and not under pressure. Vlade Divac is going to pick up the foul.
And Sabonis, who is back in the game, obviously, will be the man that will go to the other end, and the Blazers will inbound the ball side back. So for the Lakers now, that is their third team foul.
Up on top, just a little bit of a grab at the end by Divac. Thought he might have been able to pull that arm away from the ball.
Big score, the Spurs leading Golden State 59-51 at the end of 3.
You got to come to Sabonis. He's trying to slide one in. The amazing thing about Sabonis, if he can get the ball up on the rim, it finds a way to go in. That one didn't look like it had a chance.
Dr. J used to do those, but a little different. That old reach-around shot. Here's Ellis. Blocked by Cliff Robinson. Campbell goes down, and Cliff says, I'll help you up. Nice, fellas. 88-87. The Blazers lead 1 with 5:49 left.
One of the strengths of Cliff Robinson's game has always been his ability to come off the ball and make a block. Didn't get there quite early enough, but he's doing more of that here of late.
Blazers have been in the penalty now, or over the limit, since 7:47, so the Lakers shooting the extra shot from now on. And the Lakers tied at 88. And Sabalos, who's been out, will replace Magic Johnson.
Magic not happy about this. 5:49 to go in the game. This is when he likes to be out on the floor, but Del Harris knows he needs some offense. Magic may get another break and get back in the game. 5 1/4 for Campbell, 22 on the night.
And a 1-point lead for Los Angeles.
2 places to go for the Trailblazers on the front line. Sabonis and Cliff Robinson, and that's what they ought to be thinking about right now, just wearing those 2 out.
And a quick whistle, loose ball foul called against the Blazers. Boy, that was a quick one by Ron Garretson down there. Yep, same guy. Father is Darryl G. Mr. Garretson is the way they refer to him around the officials' ranks.
Teddy Bernhardt right there.
That's Ted Bernhardt. Ron Gerritsen, the man that made the call, he is standing next to Buck. There he is right there. 90-88 now on the first made free throw here by Eddie Jones. 3-point lead. Blazers have got to hang on here. They can't let it slip away with 5:26 to play.
Well, they've got ways to hurt the Trailblazers. The last time they set up, that wasn't the way to do it. You've got Cliff, you've got Sabonis. These are the guys that can hurt the Lakers down and low, and all you have to do is get them the ball. The Lakers are going to react to it.
Sabonis swinging up, nobody there except the Lakers. And wait a minute. Yep, they say that it was touched out of bounds. Knocked out of bounds by the Lakers, and so the Blazers will get it back. And they'll reload the clock to 24.
Recognition of who's out on the floor helps you in closing out close ball games. This has been a very competitive game, and now you've got to look to where your advantages are. And the Trailblazers have big advantages down on the front line with Sabonis and Cliff Robinson.
They've got him forced a little bit out of position, and we got a foul called inside shoving on Sabonis. So what they're trying to do is push him off his spot a little bit further away from the basket. So you get him outside that dotted line, and that hook shot becomes a little bit more difficult to make. 91-88. The Blazers will get it back. Last foul against Cedric Ceballos, so they have no fouls left. That was their fourth. 4:52 to play. We could be seeing a lot of trips to the foul line. Both sides now on.
Tough matchup for Buck coming to his left hand. Throws it in, though. Got 10 in the ball game.
That's Buck's best shot, though, right or left hand. He makes that little jump hook and does a nice job with it. And it's 91-90 now, Lakers. Van Exel, stop and go. Ball knocked away, picked up by Campbell. Larry Divac. And a foul.
Sabonis will pick up his fourth.
Very agile front line of the Lakers.
Sabonis got a piece of it, couldn't control it. They challenged Eldon Campbell inside. He couldn't get it, and Sabonis was already off his feet trying to make a block on Divac, who never let go of the ball.
Blazers and the Clippers Friday, radio only. Bill Schonely, Mike Rice, Blazers Radio Network. 7 o'clock start. And now a 3-point Laker lead with 4:23 left. And Rod, Buck, Cliff, Sabonis, and Aaron McKee out there trying to get it done. They double on Rod. Offensive foul on Rod Strickland trying to shake the defender. Can't believe the call. And we will have a Blazers timeout. So with a timeout and the Lakers lead by 3, Los Angeles will have the ball when we get back.
It's here. Les Schwab just trying to get some passing room. Is going to pick up this foul, trying to ward off the double team. His reaction is, where was the call? What was the call? Got an explanation of it, but they're going to have to defend after that foul call against Rod Strickland. Cliff Robinson has not really looked to be aggressive at the offensive end. He has been somewhat of a decoy and has been willing to give himself up for the good of the team, but he's got to step up and score right now in the closing moments of the game. Campbell.
That's a big hoop. That puts him up by 5, and that equals their biggest lead of the game. We talked about Cliff and what he had to do before the game. He had to be a factor here in this game tonight for the Blazers.
It's not too late. Again, the matchup is in his favor. They come inside to Sabonis. He's going to get a foul.
Well, they threw 3 men at him that time. And he catches the foul. Who was it, Eddie Jones? Eddie Jones. Guy's even got a reverse gear to this guy's Sabonis. A little bit of everything, huh?
Got good position against Eldon Campbell and Eddie Jones. Thought he got all of the ball. Sabonis gets the first, so that is his 3rd point of the 4th quarter.
21 points for Arvydas Sabonis tonight. 9 for 14 from the floor, 2 for 3 at the line, and 4 rebounds to go with it.
Key to winning this game now becomes making the opponent a perimeter team. Whichever team can do that over the final 3 minutes is going to close this one out. And you've got to make Eldon Campbell pass the basketball, but don't run fast until somebody comes to the hoop.
97-92. Everybody just kind of took a little nap there on the Blazers side. This Eldon Campbell always moving toward the hoop. Rod Strickland comes back with an answer. And indeed, he's trying to cheat a man on the break going the other way. With a 3-point Laker lead, we're under 3.
Strickland has 21 as well as Sabonis.
Neither team with any fouls left to take. The Blazers have 4 men with 4 personal fouls. That's to Jones. They swing it free to Van Exel. Harvey gets the bump. Blazers come away with it. Can Harvey convert? Here's Rod. And a foul here by Vlade Divac. The Lakers worked very hard to get back in cover of the mistake that they made at the other end. And now Rod will have to go to the foul line and work for a deuce.
Harvey, knowing that he wasn't going to be able to beat Eddie Jones off the dribble, just waited and got the help that he needed from Rod Strickland.
Rod gets the first.
Magic Johnson now coming in with 2:31 to go in the game. Vlade Divac will go out.
22 points for Rod tonight.
Where the Lakers were good a year ago before Magic Johnson, they were 16-3 and 3 points or less. This year they couldn't win those close games. Since he's returned, they've been able to close opponents out. That's what Del Harris is trying to do tonight. Strickland gets both the free throws, a 1-point game.
23 points and 11 assists, and he's not nearly 100%. We have a timeout, and it's a 1-point ball game with 2:28 to play. Lakers favorite.
Well, did I tell you what?
Yeah, there they are. 17 on the plus side for the Lakers on made free throws.
Now, their percentage is not so great in terms of making crucial free throws, but they've got volume tonight. The Trailblazers have only missed 6 free throws. And that's what's kept the Lakers in the game and now has given the 1-point advantage.
97-96 with 2:28 to play. Here's what you have to look at. Blazers with 3 and the Lakers with 2 timeouts remaining. Buck Williams, Harvey Grant, Arvydas Sabonis, Rod Strickland, and Cliff Robinson for Portland. They have Eddie Jones, Eldon Campbell as they interchange on the right side of the lane. Magic Johnson, Sabalos, and Nick Van Exel out there for the Lakers.
Well, out here, you want Magic to be a scorer. You don't want him to be a passer. Stay with everybody. Keep them in front. Make them shoot the ball against the clock. Don't let them get it inside.
And a 24-second violation against the Lakers. And the Blazers will get it back with 2:07 to play. Remember, the Blazers have lost 19 games by 5 points or less. They've lost 10 games by 3 points or less. Let's see how they execute down the stretch here tonight.
Well, the quicker you move the ball and move people as the game gets closer, the easier it is for your team to get shots. Cliff Robinson.
Big shot by Cliff. And the Blazers take a 1-point lead at 98-97.
Crowd now making their first arrival of the night in terms of noise. Eddie Jones again taking the bait. He has not turned down a 3-point shot tonight. This is a big possession for the Trailblazers. But the place to go is inside with Sabonis and Cliff Robinson.
Why do they stop play here? Something with the clock. Ron Garrettson keeping an eye on the clock, coming over to the official score. It's 1:28 up there right now.
No? All right.
Shot clock is at 15, I believe. We haven't got a good angle at it, but I think it's 15 to 4. Yeah, there it is. 1:28 and 15.
Bad thing about that is that lets the Laker defense set up.
Yeah, that wasn't good. And they didn't make any changes. They must have misread it. Cliff for another 3. Sabonis and moves to the to try and get the shot and is fouled by Eldon Campbell. with 1:18 remaining. A big rebound by Sabonis and a foul by Campbell, and the penalty is in.
When Cliff puts this one up, the shot clock is going down. Sabonis is the first to get to it. He's learning some things, and he grunts and throws that one up in the air.
Arvydas Sabonis gives the Blazers a 2-point lead. 1:18 remaining. A 3-point lead, Portland.
6 points in the fourth quarter for Sabonis.
23 in the game for the big guy.
They want to try to get some penetration for Van Exel.
There's Magic. Blazers tighten it up defensively. Eddie Jones. Is he having a rough night on the 3 line?
Well, it's a shot that he won't turn down. And when a player is like that, that's the shot you want him to take.
Rod Strickland behind the ground. Sabonis, good timing. Got 2! The big guy makes it a 5-point Blazer lead. 102 to 97. 41.5 seconds remaining here in the game. Sabonis and the Blazers are coming up big down the stretch.
Nice tactic. Little hoochie coochie. Hey, check this out. Oh, look at that.
Harvey Grant down in the corner, misses one, but Sabonis has the inside position against Nick Van Exel and is able to get the ball back up and in. You'll get a feel for where Sabonis is, and against Eldon Campbell, actually got pushed, still scored the ball, got no call, and you get 3 views of the celebration that Sabonis is going to create. He's into this one.
Yeah, and the Blazers on a 12-2 run since the 3:57 mark. Here's Magic down Broadway. Eldon Campbell. There's the jam, and they're now back within 3.
Well, they're going to come back and try to foul. They know the Trailblazers don't do a good job of handling the free throw situation. And what Portland wants to do is move the ball. Don't hold the ball. Don't allow the Lakers to get to you. Buck Williams trying to get to the rim.
Big basket by Buck, forcing the shot with the Laker defense not able to get back in rotation. And a 5-point lead with 20 seconds to play, and a whistle.
Timeout.
A timeout call by Del Harris. A timeout call by Del Harris. Steve Eddie Jones 0 for 8 on his 3-point shots, yet he keeps on shooting. And of course, the good shooters will do that. They'll just keep going.
That's that bait. Players fall in love with the 3-point line, and Eddie's not having a good night, and yet he keeps shooting. I think he's knocked one down, but in the last sequence of plays, the Lakers were trying to foul and never really got to anybody soon enough, and Buck Williams was able to get in a good position to see the basket and bring the ball into Eldon Campbell and get it away. So the lead is 5 with 18.8 seconds left in the game.
As we told you, Buck had his birthday on Friday. So Buck gets a little belated birthday present. Meanwhile, the Warriors are getting beat by the San Antonio Spurs in the fourth quarter, 86-77. Arvydas Sabonis, another beautiful performance by this guy that was really sick on Sunday. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, they sent him to the hospital for some tests. He wasn't feeling well yesterday on the plane down here, and today coming out and performing big time despite getting in early foul trouble in the first quarter. Sabonis right now with 25 points, 10 for 15 from the floor, 6 rebounds, but none bigger than the last couple that he's had down the stretch. And along with it, he's even chipped in 3 assists.
Eddie, historically has been players that have not felt well and have come up with some big performances. It's very hard to figure. Sometimes you have a lot of energy, you feel real good and play terrible. Other games you don't have it, and yet you do everything that's necessary. Magic Johnson not happy about the way that the Lakers have closed out the final minutes, and I know that he's unhappy about not being out there from that 7-minute mark on when he was taken out of the game. But he hasn't been a force at the offensive end in terms of scoring the ball. What the Lakers are now looking to do is take the first score that they can get and then come back and foul, block Rod Strickland. They're looking for a 3 from Van Exel.
And the Blazers get the rebound. Blazers are going to win this game. They're going to take down one of the hottest teams in the NBA, the Los Angeles Lakers, as Cliff gets fouled with 4.5 seconds remaining. And they're going to do it to a team that has won 10 of the last 11 at home and 21 of their last 25 games overall.
Well, everybody up on the Lakers side is up. They're slapping, they're smiling, they're saying, you know, this is a lot better feeling than we had.
Side, you mean.
That's right. Excuse me. And a lot better feeling than they've had a week ago. Cliff misses the first.
A big difference. Rod Strickland, of course, has put a little charge in his teammates. They are very happy to have him back, and they're playing happier, and you can see it. And now the Lakers will hold on to the ball. One of the 2 free throws good, and the Blazers are a happy bunch of guys, and they'll head home with a couple days off before they meet the Los Angeles Clippers, and then wind out the week with one against the Dallas Mavericks on Sunday. Sweet win. Blazers 105, Lakers 99 from Los Angeles. Blah, 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 blah. For Arvidas, 23 for Rod Strickland, nullifying Campbell with 26 and Ceballos with 23, who they forgot about on the Lakers side. But apparently, Steve, it's obvious now the Blazers, with Arvidas Sabonis spotted throughout the game, is a much more notable team than they were when they were playing them only in the second and the fourth quarter.
Well, you know, when he's come into games before, they've had to fight from uphill. Today, he got the team off to a very good start aggressively and, you know, continue to keep pressure on. Offensive presence can never be overstated.
Okay, our BP donation tonight to the Parks and Recreation, $600, and that's all donated by BP, and of course happy to do it for the Portland Parks and Recs. And we want to remind you that the Miller Brewing Company says, think when you drink. For all of us here in Los Angeles, the Blazers with a sweet win, 105-99. So long from LA.
Tonight's game has been brought to you by Les Schwab. Our business is earning your trust. If we can't guarantee it, we won't sell it. By Bank of America, proud to be a sponsor of this Trailblazers game. Banking on America. Bank.
$17 jobs are on the chopping block. Where the new centers and
normally quiet campus in North Portland. The University of Portland